Oh, that was pretty good. You guys must have went to Catholic schools. At this time, if you could all stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance with me, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Anybody who's not a veteran, please sit down. All veterans, please stand up. From the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. I want to thank all the sponsors at the table over there, especially the Paddy Wagon for not actually putting anything on their table. That's me. I was more worried about the $200. All right, so I'll read exactly what I wrote. Is that the best way to do it? Welcome all the members to our annual dinner. I'd like to thank all the fire, police, EMT, sheriff, and EMS agencies that have taken the time to join us so we can see their toys outside up and close in person and what really makes Morris County one of the safest counties in New Jersey. For me personally, it's been a very fast 2 years since I took the role of being president. I've learned a lot. Of the biggest lesson that I learned is when my dad taught me many years ago, you can't please everyone, so just do your best and keep a positive attitude. We've made some great strides in our organization, and I'm confident that we can make this club even better in the coming years. We have new ideas on the table that create more opportunities and benefits for first responders, and I'm confident the board will recognize this and approve them. Increasing membership is the key to our success. With a larger support group, we can offer more benefits to the people who truly need it. Do you want to get that? I'm confident that a new president will make this a top priority and continue to move forward in the future. I want to thank the board members of the 200 Club that have supported me all along the way, and I would be remiss if I did not mention two individuals who answered the call along the way for me personally, Lou Nisavacha and Jimmy Gannon. Both Jimmy and Lou answered my questions that arose at any time, and I'm forever in your debt. To Janet, Ron, Barnett, Rob Dominio, Frank Zupa, Todd Leonard, Johnny Craig, Jimmy Riz, Joe Janarone, Carl Bonafide, Steve Beecher, Chira Tremento, and of course, Lori Richmond. Thank you for helping me, and I consider you all to be very good dear friends. Outside of my house in Mount Olive, I fly the flags of color for all first responders. And no, Chief Beecher, that's not just a way of me getting out of overnight parking tickets. It's to show my support for first responders. Thank you to all the first responders for all you do protecting us here in Morris County. And one final note, if I can't be on the force, then I will be that driving force to support all of you. Okay, we're going to go to our committee reports here, since this is our annual meeting. First and foremost, we're going to start with the Action Committee. Tom Guglielmo or Charlie McCoy, would you like to come on up? No running, Tom. Okay. Mind the step.
Good evening and welcome. I co-chair the Action Committee with Chief McCoy, and I'm going to give you a synopsis of the expenditures that we made this year. Elise Fira, age 20, attending Caldwell University. Graduation is scheduled for May of 2022. The benefit was $15,000. Jessica Joe Fira, age 17, attends Cedar Grove High School. Anticipated graduation June 2020. The benefit of $10,000. Liam Callahan, did I say it right, Chief? Age 17, Eagle Rock High School, scheduled to graduate in June of 2020. the benefit of $10,000. Brandon Shields, 19, University of Technology, is scheduled to graduate in April of 2020, the benefit of $15,000. So in all, $50,000 to dependents of first responders on behalf of the 200 Club. I ask you to ask your friends to join. We don't run golf outings, we don't run auctions. It's all done, all of our funds are brought about by membership dues. So please, invite a friend to come on in and become part of a great organization. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Next up is our Finance Committee Chairman, Raymond Nisavaccia.
Good evening. Thank you, Bill. Our year concludes on December 31st, but as of October 31st, we were slightly in the black, which is unusual for this time of the year. We're usually in the red because the dues don't start coming in mass until November and December. We have approximately $1,042,000 in our account, which is consistent with last year at the same time. And at the risk of being too solicitous here, I'm going to follow the company theme. We need members. I think they're going to come up and tell you we have close to 1,000 members right now. We would like to have 1,200, but nobody will listen to me. And I would wish everybody could try to assist us in bringing that number up. If everybody could bring somebody in, it's helpful to the organization. We are supported only by dues. I can't emphasize that enough. Nobody gets paid. Our board doesn't get paid. I guess there's no quo pro. Is that the word? That's what it is. We don't get paid here, but we need you, and please help us. We need your support. Thank you.
Watch those accountants. Next up, it's hospitality. We don't have the representatives here tonight, so I'm pretty hospitable, so I'll take hospitality. Janet, is that good? We had no line of duty deaths, so we didn't have to send out any flowers or anything like that. So everybody's pretty healthy. So we're going to move right on to marketing and public relations. And that would be Janet Rapasardi.
Okay, well, we're going to discuss the public relations and marketing and the awards dinner, all kind of like a little ball, so thank you very much for that. You know, this past year, April the 25th, 2019, and I'm going to kind of put my readers on it, and you can identify with that so I can read those dates. Our guests, members of Morris County Police and Safety and business communities, came together for our 47th Annual Valor and Meritorious Award celebration, and we recognize the dedication and commitment of 35 public safety officials, and if any of you know some of the events that happened last year, some of them were pretty gruesome, so we recognize these folks as well as today, our veterans. The stories of our local heroes are in the ad journals that you see on the table, so we ask you to take those and read a little bit more about the members of our first responders, the men and women who put their lives on the line every single day for our safety. And so you know the mission of the 200 Club is to give back, provide death benefits and scholarships. So we're asking you, as members, to bring in a member. You see on your table as well we've launched a new branded marketing campaign. It's called MC 200+1, and that's also with your ad journals. And basically what we're saying is, listen, we know it's tough out there, and it's not getting easier every single day. So, and we know that there's a contingency out there as well that's against law enforcement, and they really don't understand that these people, our local heroes in Morris County especially, are so dedicated. I mean, and some of them, when you put that uniform on, you're also a moving target, and we recognize that. So we're asking for membership. We're asking you to bring folks in. This flyer explains that if you bring in a new member, you will receive a $25 discount up to 8 people, which means that for that annual membership is basically free. And for that, those monies, as Ray was saying before, all of those monies go toward the families of first responders who have died in the line of duty, as well as scholarships. This coming year, our annual Valor and Meritorious Awards dinner is Thursday, April the 23rd. Okay, so please mark that up and put that in your book. Sponsorship and advertising forms are in the back of this year's ad journal, as well as on our website. And again, we want to thank you for your support and welcoming you back to Birchwood. This is going to be the venue for next year, and we're asking you to bring your friends and support this wonderful cause for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Janet. Okay, next up is our scholarship awards. Suzanne Saravolo.
Okay, so on May 13th of this year, the 200 Club awarded $25,000 scholarships to recipients. We had received 74 applications, and to this date, we have awarded $4.5 million. $4.5 million in benefits since our inception in 1971. And all of this is supported through your membership and donations. So please give it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. And finally, we have the Nominating Committee. Mr. James Rizzo, please come forward. Principal wants to see you.
How are you, everybody? I'm membership committee, but Bill skipped me anyway, so I feel I'll take the stand as well. As Ray said, Janet said, Suzanne said, and everybody, the membership's up to about 1,000 members, and it is dependent upon everyone here. We've had some great, in the last 6 months or better, cooperation with the board members, and we put in the last 6 months, about 40, 50 new members. Coming in as the president, I was blessed with being nominated as the president for next year, and I want to get 100 new members. And that's very delicate to go ahead and announce it on the phone, but I feel that the board members that we had, the older ones, the new ones, we're going to make awareness to people. We're going to let everybody know that, you know, these first responders are doing a job, but they're also being, you know, our life support. We all have somebody very special out there, whether it's a grandchild, a child, a parent, that God forbid if they become in this situation, these people are looking them right over and caring for them as well. And we're going to get a lot of help from the members and expand that coming into the next year. So it's 1,000, let's shoot for 1,100, and thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Jim. Jimmy was membership. Jim, quick question. Am I in the older part of that, or am I in the, just curious. Raymond Nisavaccia, would you please come up for the nominating committee?
The nominating committee met a couple times, once in August and once in September, and I think we drank too much. That's why we had to have a second meeting. And then we couldn't remember at the second meeting what we did at the first meeting, so that's why it was necessary. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to announce the names of the officers and trustees that we have for the next year, starting in January. And I would like if they could stand after I call their name. The president for 2020-21 is going to be Jimmy Rizzo. The senior vice presidents are going to be Rob D'Amidio and Frank Zupa. The vice presidents are going to be Susan Cervallo and Joe Janarone, Jr., not the father, but the junior. The treasurer is going to be Damie Palmian. Assistant treasurer is going to be John Crigliano, and the secretary is going to be Ron Barnett. Now the trustees are going to be Chuck Aaron, Catherine Broderick, Joanne De Palma, Peter Kenny, Todd Leonard, John Mania, Bruce McCarter, Dennis Patrick, and Janet Respiardi. These are going to be our officers and trustees for the next year. Why don't we give them a great round of applause?
Thank you, Bill, on behalf of the members, the board, the committee people, myself, as an appreciation for you with your dedication as the presidency, for all the countless hours that you spent going out and promoting the club by putting the club first, your family second, for the sacrifices that you had made. We want to give you a sign of our appreciation, if you'd accept it. And here we go. Also, Bill, this is a card. It's a life member of the 200 Club, if you will. Here's a plaque. But it's all basis on you sticking around and helping out. I'll come back and take it away if you don't accept that, all right? There you go, Bill. Truly, he was a great president. As the last 30 years, we've had great presidents. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm humbled by this, and our bylaws say we can only be president for 2 years, and that is a good thing. It's a lot of work. I would do it again in a heartbeat. So I'm not saying ask me again in 2 years, but give me at least 4 years off. It was an honor, and I still consider it to be an honor just to be a member here. At this time, I would love to see Carl Bonafide. Let me get all the titles correctly. Morris County EMS Alliance past EMS Captain Carl Bonafide. Chief Ciro Cimento, who's also the police chief of the Morris County Police Chiefs Association. Deputy Chief Dave Kaplan, who is the Morris County Alliance of Active Fire Chiefs. And is the Facebook man here, Jimmy Gannon, still here, or did he, oh, there he is. Sheriff James Gannon, Morris County Sheriff's Department, in case you did not know. Please come up here and have a seat. Yes, I'm going to need a padded cell.